A Poway couple who found love later in life are now facing a most difficult challenge to their in sickness and in health vows. He needs a kidney.
Well, she turned out to be an extraordinary match. NBC7's Dave Summers shares the emotional story of commitment and sacrifice.
Jim Irish says his wife is one in a million.
When I met Myrna, I just knew.
What he couldn't have known 11 years ago when they married is that she is a compatible kidney donor. The odds are 1 in 100,000.
That's my sign right there, that I'm here to help him.
I said the odds are so crazy that, I love you so much for even suggesting it.
Jim was a committed bachelor. He spent the first 50 years of his life collecting patents for his inventions. One of them is the VIN scanner. He created and sold a number of Fortune 500 companies and was among San Diego's Technology Fast 50. Myrna was a school teacher in Tijuana, raising 3 children on her own. Her son is paraplegic. An online dating site matched these two.
We were going to go for a drink, and I met her, and I went, wow.
That was the best night ever.
It was a date that never ended. The clock is ticking. Surgery is scheduled for August 8th here at Sharp Memorial Hospital. And while Jim and Myrna expect a certain degree of difficulty in recovery, the challenges leading up to this may seem far worse. That journey started more than 2 years ago.
He said, what am I going to do? What's going to happen? And I said, I can give you my kidney.
In the discovery of Jim needing a transplant and Myrna being a match, doctors first found a growth on his left kidney. It was destroyed. Then came the removal of his lower colon, hemoglobin shots, and intravenous infusions. After that, a cancerous tumor was found on his right kidney.
Lots of things go wrong with the body when your kidneys don't function properly.
Myrna was found to have inactive tuberculosis, traced to a childhood vaccination. But Myrna, tuberculosis.
I was so worried, so worried. I thought, what if I can't? What if I want to and I can't?
That was followed by 6 months of treatment for her. Jim had another surgery, and as of 2 weeks ago, is cancer-free.
It's very emotional. It was a lot of hurdles that were just organic.
Since Jim's kidneys still function at about 10%, Myrna's donation will be an addition.
There's a lot behind it emotionally, and she stepped up. She stepped up and saved my life.
Sharp Hospital says its transplant patient survival rate after a year is nearly 100%. Beyond that, Jim has a good chance at a normal life expectancy.
I just want to travel, love my wife as much as I can, and enjoy our kids.
He's the love of my life. He's more than I prayed for.
Dave Summers, NBC7.
After a pre-op consultation just today, doctors say Jim and his wife are in really good physical condition and good spirits. Surgeons are giving the procedure a green light.
Well, they've been through a lot, haven't they?
Okay, so we have a really cool update for you about that Poway man in need of a kidney transplant. A quick warning, the story does contain some images from surgery. So we first introduce you to Jim and Myrna Irish about a week and a half ago. Jim needed a kidney, and his wife Myrna turned out to be a match. 1 in a million. NBC7's Dave Summers has been following their life-saving journey, and tonight he brings us the extraordinary outcome.
When Jim met Myrna, he just knew she was the one, but found out only later he also married his kidney match.
Great. Yeah, I feel better than before.
At Sharp Memorial Hospital Monday, surrounded by family, the couple is celebrating this successful life-saving transplant.
My outlook is right here. I have a 1 in a million life.
Those odds turned out to be accurate.
From a donation standpoint, this is 1 in a million. They found each other later in life, and then she turns out to be completely healthy, which is a requirement to be a donor, and she matches him, and she has favorable anatomy to take out a kidney. We're looking for the artery on the side. Go to the right a little bit.
In a 2.5-hour procedure, Sharp transplant surgeon Dr. Marquise Hart, using robotic assistance technology, removed Myrna's right kidney. NBC7 cameras were rolling during the procedure.
You're immersed inside the patient's abdomen, so you almost feel like you're inside, and with essentially really good vision. Well, she has a beautiful kidney, though. She does, you know. It's really good.
For Myrna's part, it is a remarkable recovery.
I got out and I was like, oh, that's it? You know, I woke up, it's over?
Surgery was on Friday. Myrna was released from the hospital Saturday. We caught her decorating Jim's room before the interview.
I have a lot of faith. And I know that if I feel something and I pray for something, it's going to happen.
This guy's just about ready.
Myrna was out of the woods. Now it would be Jim's turn. In a separate operating room, Jim was sedated.
What's about to happen is the handoff. The kidney is cleaned here, it's put on ice to prevent cells from dying, and then taken to where Jim is about to have surgery. A kidney can live outside the body somewhere between 24 and 36 hours under the right conditions. In this case, they'd like to have the transplant done within 2 hours.
Transplant surgeon Dr. Jeffrey Halderson cradled the prepared organ in his arms as he carefully carried it to Jim.
A living donor kidney performs so much better than a deceased donor kidney, and it lasts longer.
Dr. Hart says a living donor kidney could last 15 to 20 years. In Jim's case, he'll keep his low-performing native kidneys. The transplant is an addition.
When you're sick, life stops, and we get to start again. And it's been a 3-year journey to get here.
Jim is sore, but in good spirits. The new kidney is already working hard.
My output's great. My creatinine levels have already started dropping considerably. And the labs, the doctors are telling me look good.
For Jim, this transplant is a new lease on life.
I love you. More than life itself.
For Jim and Myrna, it's many more years of happily ever after. Dave Summers, NBC7.
He better not miss an anniversary. Transplant patients can wait sometimes up to 15 years for a new kidney. However, Dr. Hart says there is a paired kidney exchange program designed to increase the kidney donor pool. As part of the program, a donor can donate their kidney to another recipient in exchange for a compatible kidney for their friend or family member.
We are committed to bringing you the very latest, staying on the air 24/7 to, again, bring you the latest on these devastating wildfires. And to help with that, we've brought in reporters from our NBC and Telemundo stations all across the country.
That includes Dave Summers from our affiliate in San Diego. He joins us live from Altadena right now. Dave.
Yeah, we're at Glen Rose and Los Flores, and for anybody in the Altadena area who thought maybe this is over, it's not. We were about 4 blocks east of this location, and I noticed that the wind shifted, and all of a sudden the black smoke came up. And that's dangerous when you have a wind shift like that, which is what we've been experiencing for the last couple of days, because this is what happens. The wind will pick, if something is smoldering or there is ashes or a small spot fire, it picks it right up, which is what happened here, and it started to take on the area it's burning up the rest of this house. Half of it was already gone. That was obvious. But that's what that wind shift did. It picked up whatever embers or spot fire and just started this whole thing on fire again. So here's what firefighters are doing. They're protecting the exposure. You might have heard that phrase before. I'm going to bring you through here. All right, so just next to this giant inferno is this greenhouse right here that is completely untouched. So we had a brush hog here earlier, and we have an Engine 17 here. He's got a 2-inch line right here, okay, and it's all over the property. And they're using that to hose down this house. They can't save this house that's on fire, but they can save this one. And frankly, that's been the firefight for the last 30-plus hours. In Altadena, I'm Dave Summers, NBC4.
All right, Dave, we appreciate it. As we told you at the top of the hour, we are waiting on a press conference with L.A. Mayor Karen Bass.
NBC7's Dave Summers speaks exclusively to the victim about how she escaped and her warning for others.
As San Diego Sheriff's deputies, guns drawn, moved in to arrest 22-year-old Shane Capizio, Claudia Miranda, behind the wheel of this Lyft ride, made a break for safety.
Cops are gonna think that it's me doing it and they're gonna start shooting and we're both gonna die here.
Miranda is a wife, mother, and homeless. The family lives in their cars they use to rideshare and occasionally a hotel when the tips are good.
That is the only car that I have, and that I have kids, so I have to work. I really didn't think about, putting my life at risk. I regret it now.
Around 9 that Sunday night, it was the last fare of the shift. One, Claudia says she took only because it was on her way back to where she and her husband and son stay in Orange County. She picked up 22-year-old Shane Capizio at a home in Lemon Grove. Capizio put a laundry basket of belongings in the Kia storage compartment, then jumped in the front seat.
He had a bottle of alcohol, and he started smoking weed.
Miranda says he grabbed her phone, showed her a Los Angeles police business card, and said he had a gun, then forced her to go to a gas station for soft drinks.
He started choking me. He said, just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it.
Miranda says she was then ordered to take him to a dispensary. Capizio returned her phone to look up directions to the closest one. This was her chance.
Despite her fear, Claudia managed to contact 911. She didn't call, she texted. She disguised the phone by putting it on the left side of the steering wheel, and this was the cryptic message: help, kidnap, Kia Soul, gun, off the charts, dispensary, Harrison Broadway. Miranda says texting instead of calling may very well have saved her life.
I know that I wouldn't be telling my story right now.
The victim's composure paid off. Just before she was forced to drive further, sheriff's deputies had the car surrounded. Miranda showed us the damage after officers fired a less lethal beanbag shotgun round at the passenger door.
I was thankful, because I was still alive.
Capizio surrendered. He was handcuffed, then taken into custody. Miranda escaped with her life, but not without some reoccurring emotional distress.
I get really scared when I hear a noise. I start screaming because I think it's happening again. I can't sleep well.
While the stickers remain on her Kia windshield. That was Miranda's last rideshare job. Dave Summers, NBC7. Electric motorcycles, e-pedal bikes, and e-mopeds, each with different speeds, propulsion, and purpose, but riders are often confused about the rules of the road. Such may have been the case last night. Police say a 60-year-old woman was unresponsive with a brain bleed after falling off this Jetson Bolt e-moped at Island Avenue and 11th Street.
And I did see several cop cars, and I did see some yellow tape.
When I came out here, there was already some commotion.
Police say she wasn't wearing a helmet, that she rolled over this truncated dome plate on the curb apron, lost control, and tumbled onto the sidewalk.
Some people who live in the area would say downtown, and more specifically East Village, is overrun with this electric-powered transportation. So we asked San Diego police how these vehicles have integrated into the traffic pattern and if there have been more accidents like this.
E-bikes and e-motorcycles are one of our #1 community concerns right now.
San Diego police officer Anthony Carrasco says last night's accident was avoidable.
Because there was no operable pedals, this vehicle had no business being on the sidewalk.
We witnessed riders on what Carrasco qualifies as an e-motorcycle blowing through stop signs and down sidewalks.
If it doesn't have pedals or the motor is over 750 watts, it's classified as a motorcycle in California, the same as a Harley Davidson would be.
Ashley Cole lives on the corner near where the accident happened.
They're running stop signs, usually not really abiding by pedestrians coming through.
When she walks her dog, Cole says she spends as much time trying to stay out of the way of e-bikes as she does car traffic. Dia is a downtown e-bike.
It's so practical. It's fast. It's faster than a regular bike, and you can basically go wherever you want so fast here in downtown.
The city went to great effort and expense to make downtown and San Diego in general more bike friendly. Sharing the road, though, is still a two-way street. Dave Summers, NBC7.